Hi guys, Rose here with the Cackling Moon. This is going to be the Halloween reading. I have not done this one for a client yet, so I'm really excited to do this for you. This is going to be a large reading, so get ready. This is the entire spread that I have. Basically, it's going to tap into, we're going to be looking at your question, which, without giving too many details, your question revolves around your path, your future path, your career path, those choices that you have made or have not yet to make. And we're going to just dive in and see what the cards say about all of that. I'm going to be working with the Tarot of Vampyres for you. I was really feeling called to use this deck for you. As well as for the Oracle, we're going to pull from the Halloween Oracle. I just feel really called to use those two decks. I think they're going to give you what you need to hear. So I'm hoping that that is the case. Please don't mind the barking dogs in the background. I had to throw them outside because they were being too noisy in the house. And okay, so I'm going to have my spread over here. So that's what the paper is, if you were wondering. And basically, let's just shuffle the cards. Like I said, I read your email and we're going to be focusing, it seems like it's a matter of just you needing to find some clarity on the path you should be taking, or if you are on the right path as far as the kind of line of work that you're interested in doing. It's almost like you're being pulled in different directions and you're just kind of confused, because when you feel like you're on the right path, something happens to cause you to not obtain what your goal is. And, you know, of course that can make you feel like you just are, what are you fighting for at times, you know? So I want to see. Done. Okay. I like to feel it out, like, when am I supposed to be done shuffling? The Oracle cards I'm not going to pull till the very end, but I figured I should just shuffle them and get them ready anyway. All right, so this is a big spread, so let's just save all the space. Okay. Skeleton, the reality or the truth of the question that you have asked. So the reality and truth of the question. We have the Eight of Skulls. So the Eight of Skulls is, or Eight of Pentacles is, the reality is it takes work. It's going to take a lot of chipping away to obtain the final end result of what you want. Eight of Skulls or Eight of Pentacles is a card of really having to work for it. It's a card of really putting a lot of your effort, a lot of your change into it. It's being very particular, okay? I'm also really drawn to the fact that there is a hourglass here in the image, right where my nail is. The hourglass actually makes me feel like you feel rushed for time. You're getting to that point where you feel like you're running out of time, or you feel like you're against an imaginary time clock, but it's there. It's very, like, visible for you. I see that there's the symbol of Virgo up in the skull here. Virgo energy is very attention to detail. Virgo energy is they're very neat and orderly. Everything has to be done a certain way. They are always punctual. They are always, everything has to be done. They're very neat and tidy and organized people. So I feel like because this whole path for you has not reflected that, it drives you nuts. And it's almost like, it's like, well, enough is enough. Like, why is this so hard? Why can't it just be easy? I also feel like when you add the pressure of feeling like you're battling time, that makes it worse, to be honest. Especially if this time clock really doesn't exist. There's really nobody pushing you, saying you need to be out of here by this time, blah, 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 blah. It's almost like you can go at your own pace, but your inner clock within you is telling you, I should be here already. So the reality and the truth of the situation is, I feel like you are rushing yourself. I feel like you are putting an invisible time clock on you, even though it's not as necessary. And I also feel like it's the orderly of it. It's not organized. It doesn't feel it doesn't feel like it's in any order whatsoever. It's chaos, and that is what is driving you crazy. We have the Halloween costume, what you are hiding from yourself. And we have the Fool. So what you are hiding from yourself with the Fool card is indicating hiding the element of surprise, the element of, you know, that this is going to take a leap of faith. Almost like whatever path you take, you know you can't see the future. You can't. You will not be able to see the end result. It's not meant for us. Even though we are, because you are intuitive, you are psychic in that way. And we may think, well, we should be able to see the outcome of our path. We could kind of see it for other people. Why can't we see it for ourselves? It's not meant to. You can't, because it's like, why would you have the secret to everything but not anyone else? You know, like, we have to work for it as well. And so I feel like the Fool card for the what you are hiding from yourself is almost hiding the key to open that door, hiding the door, finding it. Almost like you kind of know where it is. It's just you're not ready or willing, or you don't want to walk through it for some reason. But you know it's there. And you know it's going to require you to take a major leap of faith. So that's a big one. That's a big one. But you also have to be willing to do it. I also love that in this card I see an eagle or a crow. Actually, it's a crow soaring up towards the light. He's leaving the darkness, he's entering the light, or he's being guided by the light. So I feel like it's for you to have faith, but also aim towards that little sliver of hope, even if everything else feels like it's doom and gloom and it's not going to happen. You know, aim for that sliver of hope. It's there for a reason. The full moon, what is on your mind? So what's on your mind? What is consciously on your mind? 10 of Knives or the 10 of Swords. Consciously on your mind is the feeling of just exhaustion, the feeling of stress. It's like feeling like you were backstabbed by the people you think are supposed to help you and guide you through your path, right? When you receive those letters in the mail or the email saying that thank you but no thank you, you were not chosen for this position, it really feels like like a sword through the back. I mean, that is exactly what a 10 of Swords is. It feels like you are dying. It feels like you're tapping out subconsciously. Consciously on your mind. You're very tired. You're very exhausted. Almost like you feel like you are constantly being judged for yourself, who you are. Like other people are saying, yes, you are fit for this job. No, you're not. When it's like, they don't even know you. So that could be very exhausting, and that could be very hard to deal with. It's a lot of stress. There's a lot of mental stress there for you. So it's definitely on your mind. You're actually obsessively thinking about it constantly. Then we have Gravestone, what is in your past? And we have the Prince of Grails, the Prince of Cups. So what is in the past? This usually can indicate something that has to be said, a message, feelings. This could be a certain person that played a heavy role in your life in the past. It could be a lover, it could be an ex-lover, it could be someone from, your line of work or your path, your career path, schooling, whatever. But what is in the past is issues with this person, perhaps, or memories. There's a lot of things to let go of. The fact that it is a cup suit tells me it's emotional ties. It's things that you have to emotionally disconnect from. Whether this is a person you have to emotionally disconnect from, or this is like emotions or energies that you need to release that are kind of tethering you to issues of the past that really no longer matter anymore. It's like you have to move on from it, if that makes any sense. So that's a lot of heavy energy to deal with, to be honest. That is a lot. But it's necessary to let go of it. It's like you have to let go of it, or else. Whoops. My little tripod here. I just want to fix the camera so you could see more of the table. There we go. Ah! Okay. The corpse. What is subconsciously on your mind? So consciously on your mind is all of the stresses. You are definitely stressing over things. There's no surprise there. But what is subconsciously on your mind? What are you not seeing? The Four of Scepters. This is the Four of Swords. And the scepters, oh, not swords, Four of Wands. Balance, the need for connection, inner, like meditation. I feel like, because she looks like she's meditating. She looks like she is just one with herself. She's created her circle here. It's almost like her circle of protection. It's red. Red is passion. It's connecting to your heart. It's connecting to being grounded. It's associated with the root chakra. I feel like it's like she's one with herself. She's crossing her chest, so she's like not allowing herself to be emotionally available to other people's needs. This is her time. I love it. I love this depiction. It's a card of rest. I also am really drawn to the fact that there's a red sun out there and we have a cross in the window, almost like saying, I'm not ready to deal with the outside issues right now. Subconsciously, I really need to retreat inward. So I feel like this is kind of a need for you to associate yourself with yourself inwardly, not worrying about everybody else, not worrying about people or issues of the past, not worrying about these feelings of defeat. This is you reconnecting with yourself. This is getting comfortable in meditation. This is getting comfortable with maybe tapping into your guides and asking them, what am I supposed to do next? Lead me, show me the path, rather than trying to do it yourself. Next we have Jack-o'-lantern, the future, lighting your path. What is lighting your path in the future? The Jack-o'-lantern. Three of Knives. This is the Three of Swords. What is lighting your future? I'm taking this to say the wounded will heal you. The wounded pieces of you, the broken pieces, are actually going to pave the way. And this is actually profound, because in your email you even stated that sometimes we, and I stated before, if I hadn't gone through a certain event in my life, I would never have done this. That is exactly what this Three of Swords, I feel, is saying for you. You have to hurt and you have to be hurt. You have to have been betrayed. You have to have been broken or let down or disqualified or whatever. The doors have had to been closed in your face in order for you to move forward with a different perspective or a newfound appreciation for life and your future. You are going to pick up your pieces and take them with you to put together again. That's how I feel with the Three of Knives. So what is lighting your future? Everything that is broken, everything that hurts, and everything that's been sucking lately is actually going to help you. So yes, those are stepping stones for you in the future. That's kind of exciting to see that, even though it's not exciting when you realize you had to go through all of this stuff, this pain first, but it's helping you. Then we have the Devil, outside influences to watch out for. So this is outside people, things, places, energies, what to watch out for. We have Nine of Knives, people who are like, people who just don't have your best intentions, I feel. People who will backstab, people who are purposely keep you from transforming. I'm so drawn to the fact that there's a moth in this card. Moths are about being your true self, being your true nature. It's important that, you really illuminate yourself. Illuminating, I feel, because of the full moon in the background. Being your true self. She's cloaked all in white. I love that the only card that is really showing white is also the Three of Swords. That's speaking to me. Saying your pain, the stuff you went through. You just have to watch out for people who don't have your best interests. People who are going to try to hold you back. Nine of Swords energy is your nightmares. So this is also being careful of yourself. So being afraid of your own personal way of holding yourself back, which is what we go back to with the Fool energy. Maybe you already see that doorway, but you're purposely not looking towards it because you know you're not ready to take that leap of faith yet. So you yourself can actually be your worst enemy in that sense because you're holding yourself back. Next we have the demons. How is this affecting you? Ace of Cups, Ace of Grails. It's affecting you. Ace of Grails is an opportunity to emotionally connect. This is on a spirit level. Now, I know that you have dreams of doing more earthly type of work, right? So there's a certain job, line of work that you want to do. I'm not going to say because it's, that's confidential for you. But there's also the spirit work, and I feel like the Cups holds that. The Grails kind of symbolizes your way to connect to spirit, your ability with your mediumship abilities and your psychic abilities. There's two pieces to your personality, and you are holding yourself back from that, from connecting to your mediumshipness, being able to conduct a reading for people, being able to connect with yourself, to your guides, and do mediumship readings just to help yourself. It's almost like you hold yourself back from all of that. And I think it has to go with just being so focused on the things that shouldn't matter, the issues of the past. People, and it's interesting because he's holding a grail, he's holding a cup. So people, memories, the past issues that are holding you back from your heart matters, which is what the Cups is. So it's kind of like it's all connected there. At least that's how I'm seeing it. Graveyard, your outlook on the path that you should take. So the path that you should take is, the Hermit. I love it. The path you should take is alone. It's solo. This is inner work. This is diving into who you truly are. Sometimes it's really diving in to see what are my interests and what do I really want out of life. Hermit work, that goes one-on-one with this Four of Wands that we saw earlier. How she's like in her inner circle. She's blocking herself from outside influences. She's protecting her heart. That's the same with the Hermit. The Hermit energy is all about that. You're like diving in on a personal level. That's really powerful. I think this is a lot of solo work with meditation, solo work with spirit, and not being afraid to dive into other pathways that maybe you didn't think you would be into doing, but they're calling to you. So there's a lot at stake there. I mean, there's a lot of different possibilities, but I feel like it's like kind of finding a blend between the two, you know? We have the Black Cat, something or someone that will cross your path. The Lord of Grails. Prince of Grails, Lord of Grails. Is this a certain special someone in your life that may be coming back from the past? Is this an ex-lover that might be entering back into your world? Is this an ex-friend? Is this whatever? Who is this person? They're related to the heart, because the Grails, the Cups is all about emotions and heart. This person has a lot of heavy energy to them. This person could be influencing your choices too, by the way. So they could be influencing the choices you make or helping you, but only if you're willing to be helped. Let me move these over so you can see. It's interesting though that he's going to be making a comeback. What you thought was done is not done. This could be a whole other path too. Dealing with issues with an ex could be a whole nother path that you're going to have to deal with. That has nothing to do with the career stuff too. That could be something totally different. I just heard forgiveness, so I don't know. That could be something too with having to forgive. Working on the forgiveness stuff. Maybe you hold stuff against this person. But these issues are going to be popping up soon. I mean, when I say soon, they're going to be popping up in the future. It's going to be coming up probably when you're doing a lot of this inner hermit work. So don't be surprised if that does happen. Okay, and then we have the werewolf. How will this change you for the better? The hangman. The hangman is almost like he's saying, the hangman energy to me for you is almost like saying, and I'm sorry, I apologize for the imagery on the cards is very vivid. But the hangman energy, I feel, is it's allowing you to be vulnerable. You have to be vulnerable in order to obtain what you need. Sometimes you have to be uncomfortable to get what you want in life. And it doesn't mean you put yourself in situations where you will regret that discomfort. It's just saying we have to be vulnerable, but we also have to be open to trying stuff that maybe we're not used to, or that we've never done before, that we're afraid of. And I feel like that just goes hand in hand with the Fool card. It's like saying, like, ultimately it's going to help you be able to see situations from a new set of eyes, connect in that way. And I mean, just because you're doing one line of work doesn't mean you can't connect to spirit on the way. Like, you can still do mediumship stuff, even though you're doing a different type of line of work, you know? You don't have to pick one or the other. You can actually blend the two. So keep that in mind, especially if you go the route of doing the kind of work you want to do. You're going to be dealing with people who are going to be almost at their point of death, almost at their point of taking their last breath. And you may be that person to be able to connect with them in that moment. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm saying I could see the two things blending together. And then we have crystal ball, the outcome of the whole situation. We have the Four of Grails. That's the Four of Cups. The outcome of the whole situation is, sometimes I see this as needing to be vulnerable, needing to allow yourself to just go with the flow. Four of Cups, and this card doesn't show it, but in the Rider-Waite, if you look up Four of Cups, it looks like an image of, there's a cup being handed to an individual, and that person doesn't want to take it. And it tells me, like with the Fool, you know that opportunity is there. You can apply for that job, but are you doing it? And I feel like it's the same thing with the Four of Cups. It's kind of saying, the outcome is you finally have to drink from the cup. You finally have to just take that chance. Even though you've been battered and you've been broken and you've been stressed and you've been, exhausted, don't give up. So my intuition tells me, don't give up. Try it again. Try it again. Because I do feel like with your ability to connect to spirit and the kind of work you want to do, working with people who may be and taking their last breath, this would be a great way to combine the two things that you love most. And then we have the 3 oracle cards. So let's pull those. So the 3 oracle cards, we have invisibility, authenticity. This to me is like spirit. They're invisible, but it's also being authentic. This is a true path for you. Connecting with spirit is something you are meant to do. Jack-o'-lantern, protection, knowing that you are always protected, protecting yourself as well. But also, I feel like I'm taking this to say protection as in you need that line of work to protect you, to help you make sure that you can survive in life in your future, so that you can survive for yourself and your family, your future family. So there's nothing wrong with that. You can combine both lines of work. And then we have Mummy, which is all about change. So change is happening for you. Sometimes in order to embrace change, though, we have to be vulnerable and remove layers of ourselves to reveal something new. So sometimes that's what you might have to do. You may have to remove layers of yourself, let go of stuff to bring back a version of you that is ready to battle on a new time, a new try, to try again, I love it. Oh my God, I feel so good about this reading. Sometimes I do readings for clients and I feel like, oh my gosh, I don't know. I hope that this wasn't too vague, but I feel like this is like, I'm telling you to do it again. Try it. Try it again, my love. Apply for the same city, the one that you told me about. Try it. And I'm telling you, the kind of work you're going to be doing, you're going to be seeing people in their last moments of life, and you can be that person to connect in that way because you have that connection with spirit. So do it. I hope that this encouraged you. I hope this helped you. I hope it gave you some guidance. I hope it gave you answers. If you have any questions, please, you can text me, you can email me. I hope that you received what you needed to hear, and anything that didn't resonate, leave it. Just leave it. Maybe it just wasn't the time for it yet. And with that, anyone who's watching, this is the Halloween reading. This is actually the ultimate reading that I have in my shop. So it's a really, really good one. As you can see, you dive in deep on a subject. So if you're interested in this reading or anything else with me, click the link in my description box. Check out my shop, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye, my loves.